Hello and welcome to your Astrological Vibrations for Sunday, August 22nd, 2020 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I approach the world holistically. And before we dig into Sun in Virgo, Joe wanted to say a quick thank you to all of the people.
I want to say thank you for everybody that wished me a happy birthday. Thank you. She gave me the best birthdays ever. Just buy her present.
Okay. Anyway, thank you. All right, so that being said, it is time to dig into Virgo season. Now, let me just be fair, because I have a friend who is an August 22nd Leo, and she's like, oh my goodness, does this mean that I'm a Virgo? No.
I think everyone should carry
one. Just because the astro shifts. You know how our days shift. Sometimes we have leap years and sometimes we don't. That can shift the 30-day cycles. So the sun does not enter a sign on the same day, the same hour, the same minute every year. It changes around. So just because we have the sun on Virgo today, moving in at, what is it, like 8:12? Is that what it is? 8:45. 8:45 a.m. Pacific time. It does not mean that if you are an 822 Leo, that you are suddenly a Virgo. And if you would like to check what your sign is, you can always get a reading for that. Anyway, let's dig in to our Virgo season. We already had the moon move through Virgo. We have Mercury in Virgo. So we're already working with the Virgo energy. And I'm really actually very excited about the focus that we have for this month of Virgo energy, to approach things holistically. So when I think of holistically, I think of it on the body, mind, spirit, soul, heart level. Virgo is the energy that connects us to our daily reality. And like I said, our body is our physical, virtual reality interpreter. So we really want to approach life. We want to approach the world from the holistic standpoint. Virgo, though, is, at least in part, ruled by Mercury energy. So it's really easy in the Virgo energy, rather than thinking holistically with the whole body, to get trapped, stuck in the mental component of the Virgo energy. And yet, here is an opportunity to shift our focus. Here is an opportunity to expand that focus to a larger level, to a more holistic level. This will shift your Virgo experience. Virgo is known for that critical nature, to be very critical thinking. Virgo is known for an analyzation up the wazoo. As I was saying that, all I could think of was analysis paralysis. To overthink. That critical nature is helpful because it can see what is wrong, but that critical nature can over focus on what's wrong and exclude solution. I always love adding the soul in solution. That solution energy. And so when we think holistically, we can include that body, spirit, soul, heart energy to the mind. When I looked up the definition of holistic, it said something like something that is not explainable without the inclusion of these other energies that are intricately connected. I definitely memeized that definition, but we want to remember that even if you're just focused on the mind, every cell in your body, your soul, your spirit, your heart, all of those energies do have input to include in. And I really do feel like when we include all that, we find ourselves in our wholeness and our holiness. So our focus this month is to move beyond that set patterning that really connects to the mind, and to move beyond that into our body mind, into the heart mind, into the spirit mind, into the soul mind, bringing that information, bringing that input up to the level of importance where it impacts how we are showing up, again, in our daily reality. And this will be very, very powerful energy. Virgo is the sign of the healer. And when we think holistically, that's when we can tune into healed, healer, healing energy. And we really want it, our world really needs us to do this in 2020 energy. That being said, that should also help us with the rest of the day, because there's definitely some intense energy in this first day of Virgo. So we have the moon in Libra. Moon in Libra is asking us to find our balance, to find our inner harmony, and we're definitely being pulled. We have a bit of a T-square energy going on. It could even be a wide grand square, but definitely T-square energy as the moon squares Venus in Cancer energy and squares the Mercury, Pluto, and Saturn energies in Capricorn. So squares are resistance. So we're feeling resistance to that inner balance, inner harmony from these energies. Now, it may be that Venus in Cancer energy, along with Virgo, is asking us to take special dedicated care of ourselves in our body right now. And it may be that those Capricorn energies are pulling against and being like, no, you've got to do this, and no, you've got to do this, and you should be showing up this way at this time. What you need to do is, again, come back into inner harmony, tune in with yourself holistically, and tune in what are your needs at this time. That takes that power back, that takes that authority back from those outside Capricorn influences, and it enables you to step into that self-care, again, that healed, healer, healing energy that Virgo, at its highest and best, can utilize. Now, I love the sun in Virgo will be at 0 degrees. And so that zero energy, that is transformation energy at its finest. So to be able to step into this energy today, that will be very supportive. I also want to mention, speaking of square energy, Lilith. Lilith will actually oppose the moon late in the evening. Lilith energy, especially in Aries, 29-degree Aries. You can go your own way. What is your way that you are being pulled, that you are being called into? What is the thing that you're being asked to do for yourself that you haven't done because, what are the right words? I just had it in my head. You haven't done it because it feels like it will buck too many of the systems. That's kind of that Lilith and Aries energy at 29 degrees. How are you being called to show up in that energy with all this astro going on? So that'll be, again, part of that, taking that power back. We also have the moon opposite Mars, so that may feel kind of combative. That could bring up some places where you got to step up for yourself. Again, that moon in Libra will place others' harmonies over the harmony within the self. And so with this opposition with Mars in Aries, this may be where you have to put your foot down, where you have to draw a line, where you have to set a boundary in order to be true to your needs. So do keep that in mind in this astro today. How do you show up for yourself holistically? And there we have the maturity card, which really is the wholeness, the holiness of showing up in and through this energy. There is expansion in this. So that's really beautiful. This is definitely expansive. This is expansive territory with how we're talking about this Virgo energy. We may not feel completely trustful of it. That mental energy, the mental patterns, they want to be like, this is how we've always done it. This is how it works. We've been taught to be mental, so I'm going to just be mental. And so we may not necessarily trust this new process, but we've got to get past the illusions that that was the only way. So just keep that in mind in and through these energies. My final card that I actually have is a celebration card. And this could be, again, I think I said this just recently. I don't remember where, but I love the sign that says, until further notice, celebrate everything. I view this as, oh my gosh, her world right now, it's been so intense. It's really weighing on my heart, Santa Cruz. I was not born in Santa Cruz, but that is my hometown. That's where I feel like I became me, where I really stepped into the soul of Mimi. So watching it go through its transformation, watching it burn is really painful. And yet, there's so much rebirth in this. And I look at the trees. I was telling my sister, I was like, those trees, I've been through those redwood forests so many times there. There are trees with deep burns that are still standing. And so nature is reminding us that we can go through these major processes and we can live and we can thrive and we can rebound and we can still celebrate amidst the ashes falling to the ground. So if you're going through that, I send you so much love. So much love, so much care. I'm praying for rain, but I'm also praying that we as humans get these lessons because it's important. So that is it for today. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and stay curious. Namaste.